Hello again, day 9. So it's Saturday, about 10:40 in the morning. I'm at Sutherland train station. I just caught the train here, feeling excited. I haven't walked for about 10 days. I went to Tasmania for a little low-budget road trip, and now I'm back for my walk around Australia. It's gonna be about 3 hours today. I'm gonna try and I'll stick to the train line because that way I can actually get home. But I'm excited. It'll be about a 3-hour walk, and we shall see what adventures may come. Not much to say. Tasmania is a cool place. It's a bit of a culture shock to come back to Sydney, to be honest. Despite the fact I was a bus driver for 15 years, 16 years, to come back and deal with this traffic after being in some really rural areas, it's kind of crazy. Still haven't worked out a better camera device, so I'm not always like this. So I'm like this, but you can actually hear me. I've probably got to get a lapel mic at some point, but you'll survive. It's more just record keeping than anything. Alright, let's go. Might listen to a podcast or something. I love you. I love you so much. So my incredible navigation skills have struck again. I am stuck in the bush on the wrong side of a railway track, and I need to get over there to get back on track. I'm not comfortable running across the railway tracks into someone's caravan park. I think that's a bit rude. So I'm gonna have to backtrack. Here, did I tell you about the time that I went to climb Mont Blanc? I'm not a big research kind of person. Doesn't really do it for me. And so I rocked up. There's a hut you can stay, and I rocked up without a booking. And I told my sister I was going to climb the mountain, so she stayed up kindly at night because I didn't have any reception, and made a booking for me when they get a last minute cancellation. I think it was the Goethe hut, something like that. Anyway, so I'm at the lower hut, and I start about 4 o'clock in the morning, and by the time sun comes up, I'm about 200 meters below where I started, because that part of the mountain isn't actually any climbing, it's just following marked paths. And somehow in the darkness, looking out for little markings on the rocks, I took the down route instead of the up route. So I've done it again. Now I'm in the bush of Heathcote, like Albi mangoes. Mangles, I don't know. Well, I think I'm going to have to do a lot more planning in the future, because walking the wrong way down a 4-lane highway is not exactly what I had in mind when I said I'm going to walk around Australia. I've been trying to find this bush trail I can walk along to avoid the highway, and Apple Maps just kept telling me doesn't exist. So I switched over to Google, bam, straight away found it, and I'm about to walk to it. The last 40 minutes is going to be so much more enjoyable. Step up your game, Apple. Well done, Google. Maybe reinstate the don't be evil policy. What have you done to make the world better, Adam? I ate 3 Subway cookies, thank you, when I wanted 5. I only ate 3 for that part. Oh, it's lovely. It's a very wide bush walk. You could be like in a mobster movie, have 6 wise guys walking down this track, and they could all be side by side, talking about why Gino and Johnny haven't been making pay this week. You know who the biggest mobsters are? Government. So even out the back of Janelli, Heathcote, Waterfall area, you see a puddle. Just got to make sure there's no crocs in there. Got my stick, fight croc off if there is. Never be too careful. It's Australia after all. I'm not being funny. I've been in the bush, and now I'm walking on a highway heading to Waterfall station. Been going about 5 hours. I stopped for 10 minutes to eat some cookies and check the route, but That was about my only break today. Over 12 miles on the Strava app, it'll tell me exactly. But it's been a very successful day. I've enjoyed this walk. Mindful to check when I cross the road. And we shall have the end where, let's look for a landmark. Directly in front of the waterfall sign.